What do you think, Puds? You ready for one of your Christmas present toys thingies? Oh, which one should we use? So for Christmas, we got Puddin some little games to keep her engaged, mentally engaged. They're treat kind of puzzles. This one's really cool. I like this one a lot. So you can put a treat here and you can do a couple things. You can just cover it. So she just has to sniff it, right? And then move that to get to it. But you can also do that, right? So she, instead of just moving this around, she has to move that to get to the treat. And you can also, I'll show you another little hack with this one. And this is true for every little puzzle on this board. You can put a treat here, right? So you can cover it, but you can also put a treat inside, right? So if you put one inside, what happens is she might move that and get to the treat, but she's still smelling there's another treat somewhere here. So she'll move this thing back and forth. Now that just released it. So now she moves it back and there's a new treat. So you can really load this thing up, which is kind of cool. The other is called a snuffle mat. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. There's just a billion of these little pieces of fabric, right? And you hide the treats inside. So you just dump a treat in there, move it, go about your business, fill it up with as many as you want, and then you can actually tighten this to shrink the whole thing, make it a little bit more challenging for them. And then this little guy, everybody has seen these, right? These are just little Kongs, and you can put different size treats in it, and they have to move the thing around to get the treats to fall out, right? And then this little guy, this one's really cool. It unscrews. And when you unscrew, let me see if I can do this one hand. I'm trying to video. Mary is on a trip right now, so I am all alone with Pud. So I'm gonna give her some treats to play with. This little guy is cool. You take it apart and you can change the aperture here to hold different size treats. And you just slide this thing back and forth and you can make that hole there smaller. And yes, my thumbnail is a color because New Year's Eve, we were like, hey, let's paint our fingernails. I don't know why. I've never painted my fingernails. But anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, I'm going to load these up, and then we'll show you what Puddin does with them. It's pretty fun, right, Puds? And of course, she's dying because I haven't put these on the floor yet. So we'll do one at a time, and I'll show you how she reacts to them, and she loves them. All right, so I've loaded this little guy up, and I've got two different size treats in here. I've got these larger treats, pumpkin and mango. And I also had these little training treats, these little tiny ones. And they are way down in there. You can kind of see the whole, they're down there, so she has to play with them a bit to get to them. And the larger ones will come out relatively easy. So we'll finish loading these up. I'm gonna do the same thing with this little guy, two different size treats in there. So she has to kind of play with it to get them to come out. And then we'll do the same thing with the snuffle mat and then the puzzle board. She's getting frustrated because I'm filming and not giving her treats. Oh, you ready for this? Yes, you are. All right. Let's go over here. All right, you gotta sit. Sit. Good, sit. Here you go. So she has a tendency to want to bite this one. She's learning, but see how she just moving around with her nose? She's getting better. See how she tries to bite it though? It's just large enough where it makes it kind of difficult for her to do that. So she knows now, she's gonna take it where she can get a better grip on it. She knows now just moving it around, those little treats are gonna come out eventually. So it gives her something to play with. It kind of engages her mind a bit, especially when it's so cold and rainy right now, so she's not getting to go out on her walks as much. And it just gives them something to kind of play with, but oh, there's her treat. She just got a treat. But she knows there's more in there. She can smell them. And there's two different types of treats in there. So she'll keep playing with it until she gets them all. And like I said, it's just large enough where if she is biting on it like that, she can't really do anything to it. She can't break it. She can't really mess with it. So she'll just keep batting that thing around till she gets all the treats out. And it's fun for her, so she engages a little bit and has some fun. Neat little treat. Okay, it's been a minute and she was able to play with her little treat and get all of her snacks out. So now I'm gonna load, this one's loaded up. I've got 2 different size treats in there. Again, I've got the slightly larger treats and then I have the little training treats in there. There's only about 4 or 5 in there. So we'll take these over and see what she thinks. Ready, boys? Come on. She loves these little treats. Well, she's food goal oriented, right? Just like any other dog in the world, but she definitely likes these. You ready? That was a good high five. We call that House of Pain when she jumps around like that. All right, you ready? Get it. So this one's a lot easier to get the treats. Oh, she left one. Put. She smells it. Oh. See, she's learned to kind of move that one around, but it's easier on her. Oh, it's easier on her teeth when she decides she wants to kind of gnaw at this one a little bit. But she's learning. When she first got them, she was just trying to break into them, right? But that's exactly what these are designed to do, is kind of teach her. They're puzzles, so they're good for their brains. Oh, there you go. Did you get them all already? That was quick. Nope, there must be one in there still. She will completely abandon it when she gets all the treats out. Can't get it out like that. There it is. Yay! So that's how she plays with that one. Pretty fun. Very similar to the last one, not as challenging. Still fun. Okay, it's been a minute since I have loaded this guy up. I can't remember how many treats. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. So there's 14 treats in here. And I've chosen the hardest configuration, which is moving that to get to a treat. But also she has to remember, once she gets that treat, then there's one in there, right? She has to slide it over and then move it back to get to that treat. And right now she just stumbles on that by accident, right? But she's getting to the point where she learns. You'll see her nose it back and forth. So let's take this over. And there's 2 different types of treats in here too, by the way. There's different smells. So she gets the mango and bacon, which is disgusting if you think about it. But yeah. All right, Puds, you ready? She likes this one a lot. Super excited when this one comes out. Ready, Puds? You ready for this? Oh, I know where you are. You ready? Here we go. Good, sit. So she has a good time with this one. She actually tries to bite it every now and then, but she's learned pretty well how to operate it. So she got that little treat. There we go. Good job. And she'll learn. Her tongue will go down there and get those little treats, but every now and then she has a little bit of a problem with it. She's so far avoiding trying to bite it. Sometimes she'll do that. She'll gnaw at the little blue nubs to try to get the treat. There you go. So now she's got to move that one back and she'll... Oh, she did it. There you go. There you go. Now move it back. Oh, there you go. See how she's slowly learning. There, did you see that? Did you see that one right there? That was perfect. She learned to go both directions with it. She gets a treat. There we go. See if she does it. Oh, no, she got that one. But it's fun. It's neat. It's like a little puzzle for me. There you go. You can get it. It's too small, Dad. Can't get my tongue down in there. There you go. No, that one's empty. I think there's still a couple more left. There definitely is. If she's acting like that, she can smell them. Yep, there's definitely one in there, I think. No. Oh, move it. Now move it back. Move it back. There you go. There you go. Perfect. So that is this little puzzle. She really, really enjoys this one a lot, as you can tell. Oh, there you go. Good job, Puds. So she did that in like what? Just over a minute, I guess? Perfect! And I think that's the last treat. More difficult for her to get to the treat sometimes than it is to find them. Good job, Puds. And she knows that's it. Good times. And last but not least, the snuffle mat. Oh, here she comes. She loves this little guy. Now, I'm not going to put too many in there because she's had like, what, 1 billion treats in the last hour. And she still hasn't eaten dinner. My thumbnail keeps driving me crazy. I see it and it looks like I slammed my thumb on a car door or something. I don't know what possessed us to paint our nails, but especially me. But I did, because why not? It was kind of fun. There we go. There's quite a few in there. All right. You ready, Puds? Ready for this one? Puds, she's looking at my hand. You ready for this? All right. Let's go get it. All righty. Come on. All right, you gotta sit. Good sit. There you go. Now this one, it's not as challenging. She just has to kind of sniff around and get her treats. But I've tightened it a little bit, so it'll take a little bit longer, but she'll play with it. And their noses are so good that they know when there's no more treats in there. And then she'll play around with it a little bit after she gets all the treats. But I've never seen her leave a treat, and I've never seen her focus on it more than or longer than when the treats are gone, really. Not maybe a minute. But when she gets them all, she knows, and that's it. There's no more left. You couldn't have got them all that fast, did you? Wow. And I usually count. I know exactly how many are in there, and I watch. But yeah, so those are the puzzles we got her for the holidays. She's really, really enjoyed them. And it's kept her somewhat sane since she couldn't go outside as much. So there you go. Some ideas for you and your furry friends.